And welcome to a brand new week of Capital Talk, a program we hope will have an impact on the future of Kenya. And now, more than ever, I'm Jeff Kuneng. Now, this week there can only be one theme, and you know what I'm talking about because on June 11th, that's right, the party begins. South Africa hosts the FIFA World Cup, but it's Africa's World Cup. So we want to talk to our own superstars, our own heroes. Even though Kenya is not at the World Cup, Kenya has its own superstars. And on the bench today, we need to celebrate this young man, only 25 years old, but he's a phenom. He's a superstar. He's got his own number plate, his name on his number plate on his car. It's incredible, this young man. Started up at Mathare. Then when they went to Egypt to play a game, he was discovered. He was taken to Qatar, played for a while, was offered citizenship, refused. And then from there, jumped over into Europe. Nantes in France, now playing for Auxerre, which came third this past season. And if they win a game against another team, they will make it through to the European Champions League, becoming the second Kenyan ever to be in the Champions League. It's huge. This young man has come a long way from Kakamega High to Kamkunji, and now with Auxerre. Sit back, folks, because the menace is on the bench. That's right, Dennis the Menace Oliech.
Thank you.
My brother, nice to see you, man. You're a very humble guy for such a superstar, man.
I'm like that, I'm from ghetto, so I don't know how to, where to feel nice for people.
Yeah. Congratulations, Dennis. You've done really well. And, honestly speaking, you make Kenyans proud with what you've done. No, Metokambali, you've come from far.
Yeah, I'm trying, I'm trying to do my best for the Kenyan, I've come from far. Those days of Dagoretti, those days of playing tournament in Kibera, Kiko Cup, those days of Bedmugo Cup, the MP's tournament. So I know where I come from, I like football, and this is what I do in life.
Dennis, tell me, when you were growing up, did you know you had this talent? Did you know that you were a star? You could make it?
I will say a little bit. I knew because my father was a footballer, and our family too is footballer. We are all named footballers, we are 6 brothers and we were 3 sisters. There is one playing in Mathare, there is the other one playing in Sofapaka, so football ran in our blood, so, this is what I do.
Yeah.
And I knew maybe one day I will come up, I will be here where I am, but I'm not yet there, My dream is to play in big clubs like England, even Inter Milan, even is a good club, so my dream is to play in big clubs.
Okay, take me back to when you were 17, Dennis, and you're in Egypt and you're playing in that tournament.
No, I was being discovered by the president of Asian, Bin Aman. So we went to play for Kenya under 23 in Egypt. This is where I was being discovered. And then after there, the guy took me to Qatar, Al Arabi Sports Club. I played for 3 years.
How was it over there?
Qatar, the football those days, it was not big, as in, they were signing big players, like Batistuta, Tariboes, the football was not as in for small boys like us. Yeah. So I had meant to stay for 3 years before being seen somewhere in Europe, I was seen playing Cup of Nations 2004. This is where I was being spotted. Luckily, I got my chance to go and play in Euro football in Nantes in 2005.
How was that? The leap from the Middle East to France. Big league.
From Middle East to France, it was difficult. It was really difficult. The football, where sometimes that you think football when it comes to Mta, but if you go to in Europe, it's difficult. There was this technique things which it was problem for me for some years. And then even the weather, in Europe, it was really cold in December. So, and I had to adjust as soon as possible and quickly so that at least I can adjust in European in football. It was not easy. It took me at least 2 or 3 years to adjust in football.
And of course the language, Dennis?
Yeah, the language was difficult too, speaking French. I've never even heard anything about French. I only know bonjour when I was when I was doing this small where I was schooling. At least I only know one word, bonjour, ça va.
Yeah.
Like now I can speak at least 80% of the French, then first thing in where football, you know, in French, Italy, Spain, you know, you have to speak the language so that at least you can understand with people in the field. If you don't speak, it's really difficult for you to understand at least what the coach is saying, what the fan they want, you know. When you go to shop, you know, you have to do shopping yourself, so you need at least to speak the language.
Yeah.
So it took me at least 3 or 4 months to learn the language quickly as
And now you're fluent.
not as in fluent, as in 80% at least I know I can speak French.
Yeah. Are you comfortable now in Auxerre? Do you like it there?
For me, I will say Auxerre it's okay. At least it's a stepping stone, you know. Auxerre is one of the biggest clubs even in Europe. They have history, you know. They have some players which have gone to Arsenal, Portsmouth, you know. Eric Cantona was in Auxerre. Djibril Cissé was in Auxerre. So Auxerre it's like academy, you know. So for me, Auxerre is, you know, we have the structure, we have the foundation. Auxerre, you know, it's a big club. It's not like where I was in Arabi, because even I'm happy to be in golf too. It's like stepping stone. Like even now I'm in Auxerre, so my dream is to play in big clubs, you know. Like the rest of the footballers in Kenya, their dream is to play in big club. Even them, they wanna come to England, but you know, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Auxerre, you have to start Inter, you have to start any club. Even the players who are in Sweden, even their dream is to play in big clubs. So for me, I will say I'm happy in Auxerre, but you know, our football, you know, where football is to go on forward, not just to stay in one club for long.
Correct. Dennis, you've opened the door for many people. I mean, obviously, once you're in France and then now